It's 2 a.m. The house is quiet, the world outside still. But in the dark, Margaret jolts awake, clutching her calf as a sharp, twisting pain takes hold. Her breath catches. She reaches out blindly for the nightstand, knocking over her reading glasses in a frantic search for the half-full glass of water she left there hours ago. The pain feels endless, 30 seconds that feel like 30 minutes, until it finally releases its grip. Her heart is racing, and so is her mind. At 72, Margaret thought these nighttime cramps were just part of getting older, something she had to put up with. What she didn't realize was that her body was sending her a message, a warning she'd been missing for years. Because for many seniors, dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty. It changes how your muscles fire, how your nerves send signals, and it can strike hardest when you're trying to rest. If this sounds familiar, stay with me. You might be missing the key. Let's uncover why your body's relationship with water changes as you age. Your thirst signal isn't broken, it's just quieter now. For most of your life, you've relied on a simple, built-in alarm system: thirst. Feel thirsty? Drink water. Problem solved. But as we age, that signal becomes softer, less urgent, sometimes so faint you don't notice it until it's too late. And that's not your fault, it's biology. John, 68, didn't realize it at first. He worked in his garden for hours without a sip, thinking, if I'm not thirsty, I must be fine. Yet he often felt tired, foggy, and woke at night with painful leg cramps. When his doctor tested him, the signs were clear. He was living in a constant state of mild dehydration. Here's what's happening inside your body. Your kidneys, which act as your water and waste regulators, naturally lose some filtering efficiency over time. They're less able to conserve water, meaning more fluid is lost through urine. Hormonal changes, especially lower levels of vasopressin, the anti-P hormone, mean your body signals less for water retention. On top of that, the thirst mechanism in the brain becomes less sensitive. So even when your body needs water, you might not feel that drive to drink. This is the expectation gap. Believing thirst is a reliable guide, when in reality, it's gone quiet. You may think you're drinking enough because you're not parched, but your muscles, brain, and blood volume may be telling a different story. Visually, picture an animated cross-section of aging kidneys, tiny filtering units working harder, yet letting more water slip away. This silent process explains why older adults are more vulnerable to the ripple effects of dehydration: fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and yes, night cramps. So here's a simple test for yourself. Notice if you rarely feel thirsty throughout the day. That's your first clue. Don't wait for dryness in your mouth or a scratchy throat. By then, you're already behind. Notice if you rarely feel thirsty. This is your first clue. Because hydration, especially as we age, is not about chasing thirst. It's about staying ahead of it. But low fluid intake isn't the only problem. Your muscles are speaking in spasms. That sudden, knife-like pain in your calf at 2 a.m. isn't random. It's your body's way of signaling that the delicate balance inside your cells has been disrupted. And one of the biggest culprits? Dehydration. When you lose water, you don't just lose fluid, you lose electrolytes. These are charged minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, each playing a crucial role in nerve and muscle communication. Imagine your muscles as light bulbs and electrolytes as the electrical wiring. When the wiring is frayed, too little potassium, not enough sodium, The signal from your nerves misfires, and your muscle seizes up. Maria, 74, started keeping a journal after her cramps worsened. She noted the days she drank less water, skipped her afternoon tea, or spent time outside in warm weather. The pattern became clear. Within a day or two of low fluid intake, cramps would strike more often, and they were more intense. Her doctor confirmed it. Dehydration had been shifting her electrolyte levels just enough to trigger those painful spasms. The science is straightforward. Sodium helps maintain fluid balance between cells. Potassium controls how easily your muscle cells contract and relax. Magnesium regulates nerve signals and muscle tone. When dehydration tips this balance, through sweat, urine, or simply not drinking enough, the nerve messages that tell your muscles to relax don't arrive correctly. The result? A muscle that locks into a painful contraction, sometimes for minutes. To visualize this, picture a close-up animation of muscle fibers, normally smooth and responsive, but now jerking and tightening uncontrollably, like a rope suddenly pulled taut. That's what's happening under your skin. The good news is, this isn't a life sentence. By keeping your hydration and electrolytes in check, you can restore the calm, fluid communication your muscles need. Tomorrow, track how much you actually drink. It might surprise you. Because when you see the numbers on paper, you may realize you're running on less fuel than your body quietly demands. Now, why do seniors lose fluids so easily? It's not just about not drinking enough. For some seniors, the problem isn't that they don't drink water. It's that their body is losing it faster than they can replace it, and the causes can hide in plain sight. Tom, 70, prided himself on carrying a reusable water bottle everywhere. He drank regularly throughout the day, confident he was doing everything right. But when he mentioned persistent cramps and dizziness to his doctor, the answer surprised him. The diuretic medication he was taking for blood pressure was increasing his fluid loss. In short, he was pouring water in, while his body was quietly letting it out. Medications are a major, often overlooked factor. Diuretics, commonly prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure, push the kidneys to expel more water and sodium. Laxatives, whether prescription or over-the-counter, can have a similar dehydrating effect if used frequently. Then there's caffeine and alcohol. Coffee, tea, soda, and alcoholic drinks all have mild diuretic properties, meaning they encourage your body to excrete more fluid. Even your environment plays a role. Spending time in a warm room, gardening on a sunny day, or using a space heater in winter can all cause your body to lose water through perspiration, sometimes without you even noticing. In older adults, the skin's ability to sense and respond to heat can be diminished, making this loss even more subtle. This is where the reveal and solution comes in. Many seniors focus solely on adding more water, without addressing what's taking it away. The fix? Identify and manage these hidden dehydrators. If you're on medication, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the possibility of increased fluid loss and whether adjustments are possible. If you drink caffeinated or alcoholic beverages, balance each cup or glass with an extra serving of water. Be mindful of time spent in heated or hot environments and hydrate accordingly. Visually, imagine a split screen. On one side, Tom's hand placing a water bottle on the table. On the other, the same hand setting down a blister pack of pills, both part of his daily routine, but working in opposite directions when it came to hydration. These changes are empowering because they shift the focus from mystery symptoms to manageable habits. You can take active steps to protect your hydration instead of feeling blindsided by cramps or fatigue. Check your medicine cabinet. You might find a clue there. But hydration is more than just water. Water is the vehicle. Electrolytes are the passengers. You can drink plenty of water, but if you're not also replenishing electrolytes, you're only solving half the problem. Think of water as the car that delivers hydration to your cells, but it's the electrolytes that carry the critical instructions for how your muscles and nerves function. Ellen, 76, had been faithfully drinking her 8 glasses a day. Still, she woke with cramps a few nights each week. Frustrated, she began experimenting with her routine. Instead of sticking to plain water, she added a small glass of low-sugar electrolyte drink in the afternoon and included a banana and a handful of almonds with her evening snack. Within 2 weeks, the cramps that had plagued her for years became rare visitors. Here's why it worked. Sodium helps regulate fluid balance between and within cells, ensuring your muscles don't lose their ability to contract and relax efficiently. Potassium plays a key role in nerve signal transmission and muscle cell recovery after each contraction. Magnesium is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions, including calming overactive nerves that can trigger spasms. When dehydration occurs, your body often loses electrolytes alongside fluid through sweat, urine, or certain medications. If you only replace the water, you dilute these minerals even further, which can worsen muscle misfires. The good news is, you don't need fancy supplements to correct this. Many foods and drinks are naturally rich in electrolytes: potassium, bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, avocado magnesium, almonds, pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, sodium, a pinch of sea salt in your meals, or naturally salty foods like olives or pickles, in moderation. For those who prefer beverages, low-sugar sports drinks, coconut water, or homemade electrolyte water with a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of salt, and a drizzle of honey can work wonders. The key is balance, not overloading on one mineral, but gently topping up all of them. Visually, imagine an infographic, bright, colorful images of foods and drinks, each labeled with the electrolyte they provide. A simple visual reminder that your kitchen already holds most of the solutions you need. This is your practical blueprint. A small tweak to your hydration plan can lead to big improvements in muscle comfort and nighttime peace. Add one electrolyte-rich drink tomorrow and see how you feel. But when and how you hydrate matters just as much. Hydration is a clock, not just a bottle. Drinking water is important, but when you drink, it can make all the difference between a peaceful night's sleep and waking up at 3 a.m. with a cramp or a desperate trip to the bathroom. Harold, 80, had 2 major complaints: sharp calf cramps in the middle of the night and frequent bathroom visits that left him exhausted by morning. His solution had always been the same: drink more water right before bed. But while that sometimes eased the cramps, it guaranteed he'd be up once or twice during the night. After talking to his doctor, Harold learned a new approach: front-loading his hydration earlier in the day and tapering it as bedtime approached. Within a week, he was sleeping soundly, with fewer cramps and no 2 a.m. wake-up calls. Here's the time-based framework that works for many seniors. Morning. Start the day with a glass of water as soon as you wake up. This replenishes the fluid lost during sleep and helps kickstart circulation and digestion. Mid-morning and midday, aim to drink steadily during these hours, perhaps a glass every 1-2 hours. If you're active or in a warm environment, add an electrolyte drink or water infused with a pinch of sea salt and lemon. Afternoon. Keep sipping. But begin to slow down around late afternoon. This ensures you're hydrated for the evening without overloading your bladder. Early evening. This is your last big hydration moment. 1 to 2 glasses, ideally with your dinner. Late evening, 1-2 hours before bed. Limit to small sips only, just enough to avoid dry mouth or throat discomfort. This schedule ensures your muscles and nervous system have the fluid and electrolytes they need for the night, while reducing the chances of bathroom interruptions. Visually, picture a day-in-the-life hydration schedule, graphic. A simple timeline from sunrise to bedtime, marked with water glass icons at optimal moments. What's powerful about this method is its balance. It gives you the comfort of knowing your body is supported without the disruption of broken sleep. Try shifting your last big glass of water to early evening, because hydration isn't just about volume, it's about rhythm. Hydration doesn't stop at the kitchen. It's in your daily habits. Your brain loves cues. We like to think willpower drives good habits, but the truth is, our brains respond better to triggers. If you connect a new action to something you already do every day, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling automatic. Susan, 73, used to forget to drink water unless she felt thirsty, which, as we've learned, isn't a reliable signal at her age. One day, she realized she always picked up her TV remote before watching her afternoon shows. So, she made a new rule for herself. Remote in one hand, water glass in the other. Within weeks, she wasn't trying to remember to hydrate. It just happened naturally. This is called habit stacking, attaching a new behavior, drinking water, to an existing, consistent behavior you already do without thinking. And for hydration, it can be incredibly effective. Here are some easy pairings. Morning meds. Take them with a full glass of water, not just a sip. Meals. Start each one with half a glass before you even pick up your fork. TV time. Keep a water bottle on the coffee table and sip during commercials. Phone calls. Make it a rule to drink while you chat. Going out. Leave a bottle by your keys so you never leave the house without it. The beauty of this approach is that you don't have to remember hydration as a separate task. It's woven into your day, piggybacking on routines you already follow. Visually, picture a lighthearted montage. A senior taking a sip while laughing on the phone. Another drinking during a crossword puzzle. One pouring a glass just before opening the morning newspaper. These simple connections make hydration effortless, not a burden. Start small. Pick just one daily cue and commit to pairing it with a glass or bottle of water. Over time, the repetition will turn into muscle memory, and hydration will happen without conscious effort. Pick one daily cue to start your hydration habit. Because when you make water a part of what you already do, you stop asking, "Did I drink enough today?" and start knowing you did. But some people still wonder, can you overdo it? Yes, you can drink too much water. It sounds harmless, after all. We're told all the time to drink more water. But here's the truth. More isn't always better. For seniors, overhydration can be just as risky as dehydration, especially for those on certain medications. Frank, 69, had heard from friends that staying hydrated was the key to avoiding cramps. So, he took the advice to heart, really to heart. He began drinking large glasses of water every hour, far beyond what his body needed. Within days, he noticed dizziness, headaches, and a strange sense of confusion. His doctor ran tests and discovered hyponatremia, low sodium in the blood caused by excessive fluid intake. Here's why it happens. Water dilutes sodium, which is essential for keeping your cells balanced and your nerves and muscles functioning properly. Too little sodium throws off the body's electrolyte harmony, and in severe cases can cause muscle weakness, swelling in the brain, and even dangerous changes in heart rhythm. Seniors are particularly vulnerable if they take diuretics, which already lower sodium levels, or if they have conditions that affect kidney function. The danger here is subtle because symptoms of overhydration, fatigue, confusion, muscle weakness can look a lot like dehydration. The difference is in the cause. That's why listening to your body and paying attention to your personal health conditions is more important than following a one-size-fits-all number. Think of hydration as a scale. One side is too little, with its cramps, dizziness, and fatigue. The other is too much, with its own set of risks. Your goal is to keep that scale balanced. Here's a safe approach. Spread water intake evenly throughout the day. Pair hydration with electrolyte-rich foods and drinks. Adjust for activity level, climate, and medical guidance. Don't force water down if you're already feeling well hydrated. Visually, imagine a graphic of a scale. On the left, symptoms of dehydration. On the right, symptoms of overhydration. The sweet spot is in the middle, labeled balance. This is myth busting in action, challenging the belief that more is always better, and replacing it with a smarter truth. Enough is perfect. Aim for balance. Listen to your body, not just a number. Because hydration is about harmony, not excess. So what's the first step to safer, cramp-free nights? 7 days to a calmer night. If the idea of changing your hydration habits feels overwhelming, here's the good news. You don't need months to see results. In fact, give me 1 week, and you might already notice a difference in your sleep, your energy, and those dreaded nighttime cramps. Here's how the challenge works. Day 1. Measure your baseline. Write down how much water or other fluids you actually drink in a normal day. No judgment, just awareness. Also, note if you had cramps the night before and how severe they were. Day 2-3. Front load your hydration. Drink most of your fluids between morning and early evening, following the timing plan we covered earlier. Add at least 1 electrolyte-rich drink each day: coconut water, a low-sugar sports drink, or homemade electrolyte water. Day 4. Pair your hydration with daily cues. Link a glass of water to something you always do: taking morning meds, starting a meal, or watching your favorite TV show. Day 5. Audit your hidden dehydrators. Check your medications, caffeine intake, and time spent in warm environments. Make one adjustment, like reducing afternoon coffee or adding an extra glass of water after taking a diuretic. Day 6. Fine-tune your balance. Avoid chugging large amounts late at night. Focus on steady sipping earlier in the day. Day 7. Review and celebrate. Compare your hydration log and cramp frequency from day 1 to day 7. Even if cramps haven't vanished entirely, note any changes in intensity, frequency, or sleep quality. Throughout the week, you're not just drinking more water, you're building awareness and control, and that's powerful. Visually, picture a colorful calendar countdown, each day marked with a water glass icon, turning from gray to blue as you complete the daily goals. Overlay this with short clips of seniors smiling as they share their quick wins. By day 3, I was sleeping through the night. My cramps went from twice a week to 0 this week. I realized I was drinking less than I thought. I've fixed that now. This challenge invitation works because it's small, specific, and gamified. You're not making a forever promise. You're running an experiment, and your own body gives you the results. Start your 1-week test tomorrow morning. Because sometimes the fastest way to believe a change will work is to feel it for yourself. Because it's not just about fewer cramps, it's about better living. Imagine waking up without pain. Every morning, the room is filled with soft morning light. Margaret, the same woman who once jolted awake at 2 a.m. clutching her calf in agony, now opens her eyes slowly, stretches her legs with ease, and smiles. No pain, no panic, just the quiet relief of a night well slept. For Margaret, the difference wasn't magic. It was understanding. She learned that hydration wasn't just about avoiding thirst. It was about caring for herself in a way that touched every part of her day and night. By listening to her body, finding her balance, and making hydration a habit, she reclaimed not just her sleep, but her confidence in her own health. And that's the real message here. Staying hydrated isn't a chore, a number to hit, or a task to check off. It's a form of self-respect. It's choosing to give your body the support it quietly needs so it can keep giving back to you in strength, comfort, and peace. Whether you're like Margaret, waking at night in pain, or you just want to feel more energized during the day, hydration is one of the simplest, most powerful changes you can make. It's small enough to start today and big enough to transform your tomorrow. If this video helped you, share it with someone you care about. Because your friends, your family, or someone in your community might be quietly suffering the same way, and you could be the reason they find relief. And if you want to take the next step, watch my video on the best evening stretches to prevent leg cramps, so you can pair hydration with gentle movement and wake up feeling your best.